Welcome to Education 596, your culminating class for the Master of Education Special Emphasis degree. My name is Valerie Beltran, and I will be your professor this term. And I've had a lot of you before, but just in case I haven't, I like to give you a visual. This is me right here, and this is just a couple of weeks ago. My husband Jaime and I have 3 children. Irene is our oldest, Jaime Jr. is our middle, and Katrina is our youngest. And she just graduated with her master's in public administration from the University of Laverne. So that was an exciting day. And she is engaged. This is her fiance, Matt, and this is her best friend right there. So we are a very active, busy family. And when I'm not teaching, I love to travel. This is us along with my 80-year-old mother, who does not look like it or act like it, up at Avila Beach at the lighthouse there, one of our favorite places to go. And my husband and I love to travel, hopefully try to get to a lot of the countries in the world. This is in Consuegra, Spain, last year, and hope to get back there again in another year. So I just want to give you a little visual of who I am. And I have been a K-12 teacher. I've worked at the district office. I've been an elementary school principal. And now here I am at the University of Laverne. And I've loved all of the jobs that I've had in education. I think the more different things we can do in education, the better the understanding we have of how the system works. So enough about me. Let's go ahead and look at the setup of this class. All right, I am now in our Blackboard site. And because this course is set up very differently, you are going to see some differences in Blackboard. In terms of, you're not going to see a lot under the content because you are each going to be doing your own individual project. But the key things are over here. You're going to want to go here for a review on APA format. This link right here is where you're going to sign up for your one-on-one appointments with me. And let's go ahead and start here with the syllabus. So I want you to go ahead, and you can put this on pause in just a second. Open up the syllabus, either print it out or at least download it so that you have it on your screen, because that's what we're going to talk about next. All right, so we are now in the syllabus, and please note that there are 2 different sections. So the dates that show up on here, or the CRN, might be different for your section, but those will be specific on your syllabus. So there you see how to get a hold of me, and email is the best. Text messaging is fine, and you have my cell phone number on there. Office number, especially during the summer, I'm not there very much, so that would be the least effective way to get a hold of me. If you look at the course description and the course objectives, you'll see that this is a culminating class. So it's really set up as an independent study approach where you're going to be taking all of this knowledge that you've learned throughout the master's program and applying it to a major literature review, a creative project, something that demonstrates your ability to pull all these pieces together to create something that's meaningful to our TK through 12 educational system. If you look at the objectives, we're looking at that you can write effectively, you can present effectively, that you are strengthening your knowledge in a specific area of your choice, that you show critical analysis skills, and that you're open to learning about different fields to enhance your own knowledge, which is what we call lifelong learning. Here's the best news. You don't have to buy any text that you shouldn't already have for this class. You do need your APA manual. I can't stress it enough. Sometimes people say, oh, I just go online to look at APA. A lot of sites are not updated, so you want to have this APA manual. So the course overview, we will not be having any whole class sessions except for our presentation night at the end of the semester. Rather, what we'll be doing is you'll be working on your project, and then 2 different times throughout the term, you and I will meet via WebEx. So just one-on-one meetings where it's your time to ask me questions. I have you send me your work a few days ahead of time so that I can give you feedback on how it's going, and we can look at any problem areas or talk about next steps. So I ask 3 days prior to our one-on-ones, you send me your work so that I have time to review it, leave you comments, I scan it back to you, and then we can discuss it from there. Of course, you can email me at any time throughout the term as well. I do need to let you know I am going to be in Cuba for the first time ever for 2 weeks this summer. So during that time, I don't think I'm going to have access to email very much, if at all. But besides that, I will be around. All right. So let's go ahead and look here. As I mentioned, we will do a WebEx. Once again, the date might vary depending on which section you're in. And the purpose of that is so that we're learning from each other. You're going to do a short presentation, 5 minutes max. I want it to be more informal, but the goal of that is so that we are learning from each other. So you need to have a visual, 4 to 5 slides max, just giving us the key ideas. Think of it as a movie trailer where you're making us get excited or interested in your project, but you don't give away the whole thing, right? So I want you to make sure you practice to keep it to that time frame. After you present, then we'll have a couple of minutes for your classmates and for me to ask you any questions or give you any comments, and then we'll go right on to the next presentation. This course is set up as a non-letter grade course because it's project-based, so it's a credit, no credit course. For you to receive credit, you need to attend the 2 one-on-one meetings, and you need to successfully complete your project. So that means it's due our presentation night, and I say by midnight because sometimes people like to, after the presentations, go back and review it one more time, and that's perfectly fine. Since it is a project-based course, if you don't complete it within the term, you may be eligible for an in-progress grade. So it shows up as an IP. That gives you a year to finish it without having to pay any additional fees. For you to qualify, though, you have to have at least 60% of your project done. The reason we put that in there is because before we didn't, and we found a lot of people hadn't even started their projects, and then the year would go by and they still wouldn't have anything. If you have 60% done, you're much more likely to finish it. So to qualify, you have to have 60% of your project done. You have to attend the 2 one-on-one meetings. You have to do all of the activities in the class and also present on the night of presentations. And it's okay to present when you're not done. You can just share with us what you've done. Now, I strongly encourage you not to take an in progress. Here's what happens. People think, oh, I have a whole year to get it done. And then before you know it, because you're not attending the university anymore, you're busy with work, you're busy with life, and all of a sudden, boom, you blink and a year's gone. If you go past that year, you have to start paying what's called continuous enrollment. And what that means is that you have to pay 1 unit to basically buy you an additional 6 months of time. And it pains me when people have to do that. So please, 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 we're going to talk about some tips for you to be able to get it done by the end of the term. We'll talk about that later. So please make that your goal. And also, if you are at the end of your 5 year timeline for finishing your degree, you might not be eligible for that in progress as well. All right, so I need to let you know that that's an option, but let's try to not use that option.